The NAFTAA Podcast.
Sometimes may be good, sometimes may be shit.
All right, NAFTAA Podcast. We're back. Episode 212, 212. What are those things called? Like race car? You can read them frontwards the same way as you can read them backwards.
Palindrome?
Palindrome. It's the palindrome episode. You got the Whitakers here. Me and Michael.
We've had so many palindrome. We've had 101. We've had 121. We've had 131, 141, 151. There's so many palindrome episodes.
Yeah, but this will be the best one.
Okay. Hey, I'm with you.
It's me and Michael. We're going to talk the Premier League. It's been a minute. If you're listening, like, subscribe, share, give us a follow. We're on YouTube. We're on wherever you buy your podcasts. Help us out. You know, throw us a bone here. It's the NAFTAA Podcast. Throw us a fucking bone here, all right? Look, midweek games didn't really get to chat about. Weekend games we're going to chat about. The league is topsy-turvy now from the last time we spoke. Liverpool just complete bottlers out. Done. Michael, is that correct?
Yeah, it's a shell of the team for all intents and purposes.
Kind of pissed because I had a episode cover that was going to be perfect for the midweek episodes, and I never got to make it. It was literally going to be a picture of like Jurgen Klopp with a bottle in his hand, but like in a Pokemon form, and it said Jurgen the Bottler wants to battle. I thought that'd be funny.
You can still do it. They have bottled it.
But it's over now. Now I got to wait for Arteta to bottle it.
I'm hoping.
Yeah. Inshallah, God willing.
Inshallah, please.
Anyway, dude, what's going on? How you feeling? What's up? Tough week for you?
I called the draw, so I feel pretty good about that. I called the draw, predicted the draw, and as we're up 2-1 and I see them score, there was a part of me, like when it was 2-1, I was like, well, at least if they score, I'll know like it's a tie and I'll be happy. And then when they actually scored, I was like, I'm not happy at all. Like zero happy. I'm pissed that we just gave up that goal. But I definitely didn't have as bad a week as Anthony Taylor though. So
true. After I forget which game it was. It had to have been the Everton game when we were texting with Ethan. When we were texting with Ian.
Whoa.
Yeah. Sorry, Ian. I didn't mean that.
You're Ethan now.
Yeah, well, he has a friend Ethan too. I don't know how Ethan just came out of my mouth. I don't even really know that many Ethans. But like, he was texting and he was just like, someplace, the Monstars are playing soccer and they're playing really, really well right now because they took all the power of the Liverpool players. And I said, it's just Palace. And I think it might be.
Actually.
I think
they're on top form right now, brother.
I think Palace took all of the Liverpool power, and I say all that to say this: they drew 1-1 to fucking fool them, so maybe not.
Yeah, but they had some big results though. So
anyway, so it's tough for you. It's now basically a 2-horse race between Arsenal and City. City have it in their hands. They have it all in their hands. They had it all to play for. I thought you'd be helping me out with this. I feel like this is such a solo intro right now.
Brother, what do you want me to do? I was going to save this, but like I have muted words on Twitter. Like I don't want to see it. I don't want to see the discourse of the fucking. The problem with it is if I see something I like and like it or retweet it, then my For You page is flooded with like the worst fans from not only like Liverpool online fans, like fans from everywhere online. And I can't deal with it right now. Like I don't want to see them backtrack everything they've said the past 7 months. And now we hate Mohamed Salah. Now Jurgen Klopp actually like he keeps players too long, but he actually stayed too long. He should have left 2 years ago. Like, it's just I can't. My brain can't do it right now. The stupidity.
You're tapped out. We had bigger fish to fry. We had it all in our hands.
That's the only thing I want to see. I just want to see fucking expressions, just talking shit the whole time.
I need Arsenal to lose, not for another title for City. It's to be able to see him talk shit to Arsenal. Your boy Jonathan Morley, though, opposite sides of the coin, just can't have City win it again. We need to get behind Arsenal.
If we want to get straight into I don't know what you called it before, the not dudes of the week.
The what?
The not dudes of the week. The other.
No, I said,
that you said
NAFTA, the treaty dudes.
Okay, if we want to get into, why
it was treaty team unite, NAFTA treaty. Let's do it.
Okay.
Music play now.
My first one, and these are all going to be, I think, bad. They're all going to be like opposite of the treaty team. Like I can't stand it. It has to be City now because Kai Havertz killed one of the best videos ever on Twitter. He absolutely killed it. It's not funny anymore.
Yeah.
Like that is not a serious team.
Explain to the listeners at home that might not know what you're talking about.
It's the video of Lil Yachty going on stage that is iconic, and they've been they've AI'd people into it, and every single time they have AI'd somebody into it, it has been as funny or funnier than it previously was, the previous clip I saw. And this one went so like drastically downhill where I was like, this isn't funny.
Well, his biggest problem is if you're going to AI something onto that video, you don't AI yourself. Right?
Yeah, you can't do it yourself.
Yeah, like it's not like if someone else wanted to put Kai Havertz on there, sure. It's not a good video still, but at least it's not Kai Havertz putting Kai Havertz on there.
And then it would actually still be acceptable if he just posted the video, but he had to let everybody know that was his mood as well.
Yeah, vibe.
Like we didn't know. Yeah, like we didn't fucking know that's what you were implying with the video. Yeah, dude, it has. I'm trying to think. Oh, the last one I saw, which I guess this is also like the last one is always the best one, but by that because of that, it's like double-edged sword. Then the worst one is going to be so much worse than the best one.
Yeah.
Whenever it comes, and it came in the form of the Kai Havertz tweet. But the last one I saw was Joker 2, and they put, like, Joaquin Phoenix Joker doing it. And I was just like, it said, you dance so good, Arthur.
Yeah, people at home don't know that is a family inside joke. You dance real well, Arthur. We're fucked. We're so fucked up. Anyway.
That's a great movie.
Incredible movie. I heard the second one's going to be terrible.
Did you really? I'm sad about that.
It's a musical.
Oh, but it could still be fire.
What's your favorite musical?
Cats. Just kidding. It's not Cats. It's Wicked.
Wicked, yeah, it's up there. Big Nephistophilosophies or whatever that cat's name was. All right, so your first one is Kai Havertz. Your treaty team can be 3 to 4 people. Let's do it that way.
Okay, do I just do the whole team?
Run it.
All right. Next one is the New York Knicks fan base.
Hate them?
Because they're so self-identified as like this insanely, we fucking get under people's skin. We're badass. We do all this shit. Like no one wants to come to New York. No one wants to deal with us. You know what? They had that "fuck Trae Young" chant that was so good. They just ran it back with a different name. They're so clever. Like it's unbelievable. Not the fact that Jalen Brunson is literally carrying the city of New York on his back to win that series, and
while not playing that well the first couple of games.
Exactly. Absolutely unbelievable. They can't even like contemplate not starting a chant with "fuck you" And then they look at everybody and go, where do we go from here?
Yeah,
and they go, who's the big guy? Embiid? Yeah, fuck him. And then everyone's like, oh my God, dude, we just like, it's like the first time you saw fire.
I'm not here to defend Knicks fans. I did find it a little alarming to Philly fans that they had such a presence in the away arena. That's a little crazy.
Yeah.
But
you can also double-edged sword that as well. 2 references to that, because when I was at Game 7 of the Guardians Cubs, there were a lot of Cubs fans there.
Yeah, true. Anyway, that's not our fault. There's not that many people in Cleveland. There's so many more. I guess there's more New Yorkers too. What I'll say though is like, and now we don't have mentions, but if we did, they'd be coming after me. Knicks fans, Giant fans, Yankee fans, Ranger fans. Honestly, our co-hosts are going to be coming after me because they are these people too. They're just bridge and tunnel monsters. They don't live in New York. They come into the city. They go into Midtown. They hit up Slattery's or whatever bar.
Bridge and tunnel monsters.
They are. They're just like little. They're little tunnel trolls, dude. That's all they are. You see them everywhere.
I'm not in the center of my screen right now. I'm a bad Potter.
It's all right. That's what they are. And but I will say this: I do in the pantheon of fans. The best fans to be around are Mets fans because they're just miserable, and that's very Midwestern. I love that. Islander fans are just harmless, very similar to Jet fans. You just get to feel bad for them. But if you're talking about the big ones, like I don't hate Knicks fans. I think it's funny. The side talk shit outside of the arena, I think is hilarious. I like Ranger fans because like I don't know, I just do. Giant fans I don't come into contact with very often, to be honest with you, even though they're all the same people, right? I just don't go to Giant games. And Yankee fans can go fuck themselves.
I'm with you. Does Severino? Oh, Severino's on the Mets now. He's hitting the Cubs through 7 innings. The side talk stuff is so good because it actually is just New Yorkers need to be with their own thoughts and like be themselves. And then they're funny. When they become a collective, they actually like become dumber. Yeah.
But the reason Side Talk's good is because it's not just the city, it's the tri-state area of main character syndrome having motherfuckers. Like as soon as you put a camera on one of these people. Yeah, no, exactly. As soon as you put a camera on them, it's a show. So, all right, who else you got?
And do you want me to? I don't want to pass one of these people up, so I might have to come back because I'm wondering if you're going to have him on there. Do you have anything NBA?
I wasn't planning on it.
Okay, then I'll do it. I said it was going to be all negative, but it's not. This is the positive one. I will watch Anthony Edwards play basketball until the day I die.
Yeah.
The video I sent you where they were winning, and he's just in the backcourt going like this.
Degeneration Xing.
Yeah, dude, he's awesome.
My friend over there wants to talk to you. Just a ridiculous
He's chill, and then it says my chill friend. He's just going like this. And he swept the dog. I've never been swept a day in my life. Bradley Beal, Kevin Durant, and Devin Booker. So good for him. I mean, absolutely unreal player.
I saw a poll, or like, you know how like all the sports sites were like the top 10, but this was like the top 10 most disappointing NBA playoff teams. And this Suns team was like number 4 or some shit. So
that's actually insane. They have the highest or the worst plus minus of the 3 on the court throughout the whole series. Minus 51 when they're all 3 on the court.
Yeah. No love lost for Kevin Durant in this household. We'll be honest here. So
I think he's really good. I could care less about any of those guys, to be honest. They've never done anything for me, so.
True. All right, my treaty team, NAFTA, 3-peat. I'll start here. Michael, you got this for me for Christmas.
Hell yeah, I did.
Shout out to KDB. I'm just going to shout him out quick. I think he's maybe the best midfielder to ever play in the Premier League, and I saw a lot of people talking about that this week, and I sat there for a second. I was like, I don't know if this is true. And then every video that I watched talk about it, it convinced me. So I think he may be. Shout out to him. Number 2, Barb Tux. I kind of shouted her out on our socials, but the Foxes are back. They're back in the Premier League. Barb back into the mixer. Best Premier League fan, best fan of the pod. She outfoxed the championship. I thought that was great wordplay. Shout out to me on that one. But Barb Tuck, back in the mix, back in the Premier League, where she belongs, where they belong. And then my third one, I'm surprised you didn't call this one out because we haven't potted since. Your hometown team right now, Columbus Crew. Big win against Monterey.
Hey, job's not done.
Job not done. Yeah, that's going to be a tough job going down to Mexico, brother.
Yeah.
How was the game, though?
I thought it was, they still have away goals rule.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually thought, like, we could actually lose and still go through. But if we lose 1-0, we're done. Yeah. So it's a little more dicey than I thought. Game was outrageous. Lower.com, not a bad seat in the whole place. It's like a pretty small, like, stadium, small field. So they were going away from us first half. Scored Cucho with an unreal goal. He was unbelievable that game. Like, I don't know. I was kind of thinking to myself, just the big country, in like the big country in a like continent. So like Brazil and South America.
Yeah.
Right. I feel like, and Argentina to a degree, but I feel like Colombia, Uruguay, Paraguay, all those places are kind of like fucking Brazil, you know, because it's just the biggest one. Yeah. That's kind of like the U.S. mentality with anybody for the most part. Mm-hmm. So I was kind of like, does Cucho have like beef with Mexico or something? Like he's like going crazy. But then I remembered he's Colombian, so like that wouldn't like fit what I'm thinking in my head. But he was just unbelievable. He's going nuts. And then second half, my friend Ev got the goal on video. So I was able to watch it over and over again. Just a good overall performance. I thought we outplayed them for the most part. Like on the counter, they're very scary. I just don't know how that's going to translate when we have to go there. I'm sure it's going to be hell. But if we can get a goal, I'll feel a lot better.
I was texting you this. I should watch more MLS, and I think in the summer it'll be a good time to be able to do that, right? They play really pretty, and I knew that was the case because the coach there, when they won it last year, that was like, no, he wants to play like a more European style of football, of soccer. I'm going to piss off all the American fans. I'm just pissing off everyone today. But I did notice, like, watching that game, they do. They don't have enough people with I feel like the high enough skill set to do it consistently and effectively all the time. But when it works, it didn't feel like I was watching an MLS team back when I used to watch it a decent amount, like 8 years ago. I'm sure the MLS is better than it is 8 years ago because I've watched a few games and it has been better, but like they were impressive. Like I was actually kind of impressed by it.
There were a couple times they were playing out of the back that I was a little bit like, oh man, you know, real close. And if it does get turned over, it's trouble. And they did turn the ball over a couple times in that scenario. But I think their defense is really good. I think Schulte's Schulte is linked to the Prem, and it was Arsenal. I'm praying to God he doesn't go because he's not going to play, and then he just will sit there. I think they're.
They love just grabbing an American and throwing him on the bench and just never playing him. Yeah,
it is kind of annoying. But Nancy is. He definitely they're going to play like that no matter what. And I was sitting with Cortland. You obviously know Cortland, but my friend Cortland, and a couple times he was literally just like, just boot it up the field. And I looked at him. I was like, they're not going to do that. Like they will give up goals before they do that. Trust me. So they're great. I love watching them.
Cucho played at Deportivo Cali, America de Cali, which I'm just going to shout out because I'm in the last season of the Colombian version of Narcos, and that's the cartel they're trying to take down now, the Cali cartel. So aware of them a little bit. But I did find it really funny. So, like, he made his European move to Huesca in 2017-18 season. It's just second division, might have been third division, second division Spanish team, right?
Mm-hmm.
36 games, 16 goals. Perfect. They go up to La Liga. They get some promotion, right? 34 games, 4 goals. He goes to Mallorca, 24 games, 5 goals. Getafe, 23 games, 2 goals. I mean, these are all in La Liga, so like top flight. Then he goes to Watford for their last like Premier League season, 25 games or 28 games, 5 goals, right? Then he makes the move to Columbus. 2022, only plays 16 games, 9 goals. 37 games last year, 24 goals. 12 games this year, 6 goals. So it's just like the levels are just so much easier to see, right?
Yes, yeah. Also, like the argument too is like there's better people around you in La Liga and the Prem, but you're also playing better people. So like it is kind of a U to U comparison. I just want to ask him. I run by the Crew Stadium like quite often because I like running in that area.
Yeah.
And I'm just praying to God he's like walking out one day, and I just want to be like, hey man, I don't want a picture, I don't want an autograph, I don't want anything. I just want to like ask you, do you like Columbus? Like,
yeah.
why are you here?
You dope? Like you think it's dope? Can I ask you a question? The
Sure.
Crew come out of the stadium and you're running by. All of them, like they can be wearing whatever, like street clothes. Can you pick him out?
Cucho?
You think so?
Oh yeah, you can pick. I know what he looks like. Yeah, I know what Cucho
Okay,
looks
so you
like.
do. That was actually the question. Do you know what he looks like?
Yeah, I know what Cucho looks like.
Okay, all right. I just wondering.
I could pick him out. I could pick Yao Yaboa. I could pick up Farsi. I could pick out Diego Rossi. I can't pick out Aiden Morris. I have no fucking clue. I could pick out Nagby.
Darlington,
the white guy.
The white guy. White. Cucho's also only 25, which like he's got 5 more just sick MLS seasons in him. At least.
Know. It's gonna be awesome. At least.
Yeah.
If we could have had him, Rossi, and Zella Ryan didn't leave, the team would be absolutely unreal.
True. All right. We that went a lot longer than we thought, so let's start getting into this past weekend's Premier League games. We're gonna bookend it here. We're gonna start us off with a bad day for Michael. We're gonna end it with a North London derby that didn't go exactly to Tottenham's plan. It's totally fine. Michael, West Ham 2, Liverpool 2. A Bowen goal in the 43rd right before half opened the scoring. You guys fired right back in the 48th once the ball was kicked off again. A 65th minute own goal by Areola gave you all the lead, but Mikel Antonio wanted at least 1 point when you visited West Ham, a 2-2 draw. Sad.
Yeah. So the second goal we scored, I'm just remembering like what the goals were exactly. Bowen one was just, what the fuck are we doing? Robertson, whenever he's scoring, you're struggling because he shouldn't be. The Areola goal, literally, I've never seen an own goal hit like 7 opposition players and go in. So like, whose own goal really is it at that point? I don't know. Antonio goal, again, we have Kwanzaa back there. He's had a great year. Like, don't get it twisted, but Antonio's a professional. He's huge. He just kind of moved him out of the way, kind of took him. I'm not even gonna go into the Anthony Taylor refereeing thing. It is a little bit weird how he went over there. The only thing I'll say, because I can understand getting mixed up in your head. If you're fucking walking over there and you're like, seems like he was like, hey, why don't you go down for just a second here? Like, you might have fucked this up.
Yeah.
Or whatever. That's a little shaky, a little shady. But again, we've been saying it all year. The refereeing is not very
subpar. Good. Yeah, subpar. It did look it doesn't pass the eye test. That's how I was looking at it. Like, I thought it just looked weird.
Yeah, and again, like, I've seen people break it down, and I think that's actually part of the reason too. I had to be like, I need to get off of this site because I'm just tired of seeing people have the same take or like
people doing the Zapruder film for you, seeing if Anthony Taylor told Ariola to like go down so it doesn't get him in trouble for not knowing the rules. Yeah, I feel you.
Right, and he's out in the field and he literally goes like this, like, let's go, come on.
Yeah.
And again, he could be saying that from like set the ball down and kick it, but he didn't signal free kick, but they could have got mixed up. The going over there, like blowing it before Gakpo can kick the ball in the goal, which I've seen people kick the ball in the goal and then they blow the whistle after and so that doesn't count. Okay. Yeah. Going over there and being like, oh shit, no, blow the whistle, and then Ariel is out of nowhere hurt is just very like, what the fuck's the point? Like, what are we doing here?
Yeah.
It didn't matter because we didn't deserve to win the game. So
yeah, I think that one felt a little bit weird. You probably, and I brought this up to you earlier, but like the other big headline is going to be Mo and Klopp.
Yeah.
Which I just read an update that like it's not what we suspected. So like, go ahead.
Yeah, I think again, like if you're a fan watching that in the moment, the game is not going very well, and two, you're just kind of frustrated overall.
Yeah,
and I think you're kind of like, he's probably gone. Klopp's gone. Whatever. Now it's coming out that he wants to finish. He wants to finish his career here, or he's at least going to be here another year. And again, like I've seen Mo Salah and Klopp fight before. I've seen Salah and Mane and Firmino, Mane and Klopp all fight. Like, it's not really. I'm sure he was just pissed he wasn't starting. Like, genuinely, I think that's all it is. And we have to remember that all these guys are, to a degree, prima donnas. Like,
they're the greatest
in some
athlete,
way, shape, or form.
Greatest athlete in their hometown.
Yeah, absolutely. And like,
that's like how you view it.
He probably thinks, and he should, and like that's how you're supposed to play the game. He probably thinks he's the best player out there, and I wouldn't want him to ever think he isn't. So like, you have to kind of take these outbursts or these moments and just be like, they're gonna have to see each other tomorrow, so they're gonna figure it out.
Yep.
Why do I care?
Sun comes up. I will say there's one thing you said that's incorrect. Never Bobby. Never Bobby.
Yeah, Bobby was literally the
peacemaker.
He was literally keeping everything together. I can't believe I ever said anything to that effect.
Yeah. All right. All in all, Carabao Cup for Liverpool this season. Got some silverware.
Yeah, it's good that we said when we won that no matter what, we're going to do this regardless, and it isn't even because of the Carabao Cup, because if we did it after we had, like, we're out of these competitions, and then we said, like, no, okay, now that we're out of the Prem and Europa League, we're still going to do it, then it kind of looks a little bit bad. We actually, like, shot ourselves in the foot preemptively.
Yeah. Yeah, you're just like, nah, we're going to chill. Let's chill.
So that has time to heal now.
Yeah. All right, Liverpool out of it. Quick, Fulham 1, Palace 1, Muniz in the 52nd, Schlupp in the 87th. Palace, like we just mentioned before, the Monstars, I think they got 10 points in their last 4 games. Sick.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know how sustainable it is. Could just be in a good run of form. Are they going to lose the 2 guys that make the entire offense go? Probably. So yeah, but at least, hey, I don't know. Don't you get different payouts for each spot you're up in the Prem?
1,000%. Yeah. I totally.
Yeah, so
I agree.
So make that money. You're in 14th now. Pop off.
Make that money, honey. Another one that we can just move on from. Man United 1, Burnley 1. Anthony in the 79th. Amadouani in the 87th.
Amdouni.
Yeah, that's the one. United suck, dude. You can't say anything.
Yeah,
I get it, but they suck, dude. They're not good.
I wanted so bad for. It was last week and this week. They played Sheffield United and Burnley, and Sheffield United were up 2 times in that game, and I wanted them to lose so bad, and then we end up losing. So then this week I was literally like, don't even look at their game, don't even acknowledge it, whatever. And like, this is a bad result. Like, you're at home against Burnley. You can't draw this game. But it is just what it is. And I can't believe Ten Hag is like allowed to say some of the shit he says, like to the media.
Unreal. Makes no sense.
We're one of the most like, I don't remember exactly what it was, like, easy on the eye, exciting teams to watch. You're insane.
Is Ten Hag literally just like a more well-spoken Trump? Like, just says things that like aren't reality, but like can just say it because the media's not gonna say anything, but he just says it better.
No, because I think like one Trump is far more popular than he is.
True.
He's also far more, it depends on the circle you're in, obviously. But like, there's some shit Trump does that's objectively hilarious. Like, I've never laughed at anything Erik Ten Hag did.
That's reaching across the aisle. I love that. We've said that though.
I mean, it's literally still fuck him forever. Like,
but
I
can't
funny. Stand him. But sometimes when he's out there just like letting it riff, it's pretty good.
Like, it's a terrible, terrible, terrible thing. But that paper towel jump shot down in Puerto Rico was wet.
It's actually so fucked up in so many ways. It almost comes all the way back around, and you're kind of like, I can't believe he's doing that. Yeah. But then you're like, why can't, like, I absolutely can believe it. And then you're like, man, this is bad. This sucks.
Yeah. There's a part
it's so bad that it actually is almost like the funniest thing ever.
It metamorphosizes. You always have to go through a moment like, who is letting him do this? Like, why is no one stepping in?
That's the thing too. Yeah, but again, like, I think that's a lot of, he doesn't let anyone step in either. So
neither Ten Hag. That was my comparison.
No.
Newcastle 5, Sheffield United 1. Sheffield had the lead though. Ahmed Hodzic in the 5th minute opened the scoring for the Blades. Isak got one back in the 26th. And then you had Gamerish in the 54th, Isak again in the 61st, Osborne in the 65th own goal, and then Callum Wilson 72nd minute. Newcastle better than Sheffield United. I think there's 19 teams better than Sheffield United. I'm not shocked by this one bit. Correct?
Yeah, not at all. Even a little bit shocked. I was just checking if I made a late surge into fantasy. I did not. I'm still like 100 points behind because Isak's on my team. I think actually the last segment we were talking about Man United, they actually fucked up a parlay I had because I picked them to win. So it was a little third time referencing double-edged sword there. United took care of business. What you're supposed to do is Sheffield United at home.
Yeah.
I think they're actually sneaky putting together a nice little end of the season here from where they were.
Yeah, for sure. 7th place right now, 4 points clear of West Ham and a game in hand. They are 5 points clear of Chelsea, but Chelsea has the game in hand. I would like to see them, and it is double-edged sword again. But like, I know that everyone's tired of City. I know City sucks. I know oil money, etc., etc., etc. I think Newcastle is the worst version of that hasn't been able to mature because it's the Saudis and they're pretty bad people sometimes. But the players on this team I do like, and I do think if they get into the Conference League, they're going to fuck that shit up.
Yeah, they could. They've also had some stinker games, but
for sure,
like talent to talent wise, dude, I'm just looking at this table right now. They're a point back of United for 6th.
Yep.
Bournemouth are in 10th.
Yeah. Sneaky shots.
Wolves and Bournemouth are tied with Chelsea on points. They've obviously played 2 more games. Brighton are out of it. Brighton only have 1 more point than Fulham, and 4 more than Crystal Palace. That is crazy, dude.
Yeah. They're starting to converge in the center. Big time.
Yeah.
I feel like. So, interesting.
Yeah.
Speaking of...
go ahead. Only other thing, Sheffield United officially relegated.
Yeah, done and dusted.
Yeah.
A team that's not officially relegated, and a team that one of our co-hosts cheers for. Wolves, 2. Luton Town, 1. Hwang in the 39th. Gomes in the 50th. Morris gets one back for Luton. Good win for Wolves. A win that they have to have. The biggest thing for them next year, like we've said, we've done nothing but praise Gary O'Neill. They just got to get consistent with the results. And I'm sure in the back of Dylan's mind, watching this game, he was like, we're going to fucking lose to Luton. And I'm going to fuck Hank over by losing to Luton. It's kind of funny.
But Everton got it done. They're fine.
Yeah, true. Speaking of, 1-0, Everton over Brentford. Yay! 60th minute. Own goal. Only goal. How you say it?
Gay?
Yeah, Idrissa Gay.
Idrissa Gana Gay.
Gana Gay. 1-0 win, Everton.
Yeah, I almost corrected you and said Gahey, but he plays for Crystal Palace. So
yeah. 1-0 win over Brentford. Brentford just need the season to end, I think.
Yes, they are. I think they're fine, right?
They're totally fine. They're not getting relegated, but this is just honestly a little bit disappointing follow-up from last year.
I know I might have missed something along the way. Is Tony injured?
Ooh. Now you're calling me.
He hasn't been playing.
Could be. I
doesn't say he. Oh, he played last game. No, he played last game. I don't know. Maybe he just got back.
I don't know. Do you know that he played for Scunthorpe?
Playing. Scunthorpe United?
Yeah.
Shout out to him, dude.
Dude, he's kind of a bit of a Vardy party. Northampton Town, Barnsley, Shrewsbury, Scunthorpe, Peterborough. He's got some names on here. Wigan.
He's been knocking around, dude.
Newcastle had him. Shout out to him, dude.
Wow, he was at Newcastle.
Yeah. Big win for Everton. Still, they're out of it. The only team I really feel like is in danger is Nottingham Forest. Still, so we'll see how that goes.
For sure.
Villa 2-2 Chelsea. A Cucurella own goal in the 4th gave Villa a lead. Rodgers, who has been scoring, I think, 2 of the last 3 games or back-to-back games. 2-0 lead for Villa. Chelsea come roaring back. 62nd minute, Madueke, and then Gallagher in the 81st. Michael, you said, how the hell did Chelsea pull this out? And I sent you the stats of how the hell did Villa have a 2-0 lead. They only had 29% possession. They were out XG'd. They were outshot. They were out big chanced. They had no momentum. This game was interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, it's just something about being a winner. I'm gonna go straight boomer on you here. When you're winning and your mentality is that you win games, even when you play like dog shit, you can get a draw. Yeah. When your mentality is you're a loser and you play well and you do all the things you're supposed to do, you could still not win the game because you have a loser mentality. Yep.
Get your brain right.
Yeah, literally. It's all up here. It's 85% mental, 40% physical, 5% something else. I don't know.
Luck. Yeah, dude.
Power,
you don't
skill.
The quote that I love, man. You don't got to get ready if you stay ready. And Villa, they took their foot off the gas a little bit in this one. We'll see.
Yeah, they got all things considered, they got really fucking lucky that they didn't lose this game.
For sure, absolutely. They'll be fine. 100%. Chelsea still stink. They're going to be way better next year. Chelsea will, and Villa will be, I think, too. I think we're actually looking at a team that's going to contend. A team that is all gas, no brakes. Recently, Bournemouth 3, Brighton 0. Sensei in the 13th. Unal in the 52nd, and Kluivert in the 87th. What's wrong with my pronunciations now?
Spell the first name you just said.
These letters are so tiny. It's Senesi. I understand that, but Senesi. I'm running through it. Senesi, Unal,
Sensei,
Senesi, Unal, Kluivert. All right, got it.
Yeah. Good job. This is. I don't want to come off joking or anything because I'm being dead ass. This is awesome for Bournemouth. Awesome for Craig, our obviously favorite guest that we've ever had on this pod.
Who doesn't know we talk about him every episode?
Well, so this I've said before. We don't listen to their podcasts, really. So for all we know, every time we say anything, he could be listening to this and responding to us in that pod, and we would have no fucking idea.
I gotta listen to Up the Cherries in All Departments this week just to see. He might. It already might have happened though. He might have shout us out months ago, and I missed it. And now
I know. That's what I'm saying, dude. That's what I'm saying. We have no clue. No, this is sick. Sick for Bournemouth. They're having a Brighton-esque year a little bit. Obviously probably not going to get into any kind of European football, but it's just they're in 10th right now. It's absolutely massive.
Bro, you never know. Couple of soccer balls bounce a certain way, they could end up in there.
They got Arsenal next.
Help me out, brother. Help me out, Craig. Come on, Craig. Of the world, Craig. A team that is not having a good time right now, Nottingham Forest. A 2-0 loss to City. Vardiol in the 32nd and Holland off the bench in the 71st. I'm now in the camp of I want them to get relegated because I want Luton to stay up and I need it to happen. I'm willing it to happen based on my picks.
Better chance you can get Morgan Gibbs-White too.
Sure. I mean, I'll take him. I'm going to gloss over the fact that we got out XG'd 1.93 to 0.87. Just don't even need to acknowledge it. It's fine.
It actually is so, this year especially, it's so insane how many games, especially with big teams, where the other team has so insanely outplayed the other team, and it's 2xG to 0. The team that had 0 XG has 4 goals, and the team that had 2 XG has 1.
Stats don't matter this year. Stats don't.
They really don't. They absolutely do not matter.
Yeah, it's a tough year. But I'm willing Luton to leapfrog them. I've said this before. I'll say it again. I said this on the other Man City podcast. I came in with such hot topics they didn't think I supported Man City. I had to point to the sign right behind me. This is the worst coaching season in Pep's career at City, I think, easily.
He just doesn't know what to do, man.
Yeah, I think he's out of ideas. All right, North London derby, the big one. Arsenal 3, Tottenham 2. Arsenal, a own goal by Højbjerg in the 15th, gave the Gooners a lead. 27th minute, Saka goal. Havertz in the 38th. We thought it was over. I honestly kind of turned it off and started doing some other stuff, but I kept it on in the background. I didn't turn it off. I kept it on in the background and started doing other stuff. Romero got one back in the 64th. Sonny with the pen in the 87th. And just not enough gas for Tottenham to pull out the draw, essentially.
Did you see the video? Again, stats don't matter because Spurs should have won. But again, you have a winning mentality.
Yeah.
Right now, Arsenal do a little bit. Did you see the video of, I think it was Gabriel, just straight up pushing Romero going for a header at the back post?
Yeah. That's how he plays defense.
That's insane. That's so, especially because who was the push on the Chelsea player, the Chelsea player pushed the Villa player and they ruled Chelsea's goal out, was not half the push that one was.
Yeah.
He was in the air, moved him, and he fucking missed. He hit the post, I'm pretty sure. It would have been a goal.
I really think that there has to be some rules adjustments to how they call fouls on corners. Because it's turning into a free-for-all.
Yeah, the Arteta block is becoming a little bit of a problem. Like that's the other thing. The game last week where I think it's Saliba's. It might have been Gabriel too. I sometimes they're both tall, and like when I'm watching them, I can't really tell which one it is.
Careful
Gabriel's
here.
4, Saliba's 2.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. I they don't look alike. I know what they look like. I'm just saying on the screen they're tough to differentiate sometimes.
Yeah.
Unless I can see their number. One of them was just holding Enzo like in the like 4 yards from the goal that kept everybody on side. Like it's hard to referee that because like I sometimes don't think it is on purpose. Like sometimes you're just like two guys standing there after, hey, we didn't get the ball, so we're just going to stand here for a second. I think if you're like holding them like this and pushing them, I think like you can't do that. I don't know. Like that feels like you can't do that.
Again, the eye test on some of the defending Arsenal does on a corner doesn't really pass. I don't get it, but
yeah.
I don't
know. Sorry, last thing. I dropped Ben White from my prem team because I just can't. I can't advocate that tomfoolery.
I saw a really funny Ben White tweet this week. Just a picture of him fully tanned, and I think it's fake, right? A fake tan. It looks like definitely. And the caption below was, "At what point do we consider this blackface?"
I mean, listen, I don't hate him for that. I do hate him because, like, he's too tan and it's annoying. But that's not why. I hate that when he. Man, I'm gonna toe another very wonderful line here. When you're watching when you used to watch Real Madrid with Ramos,
yeah,
and a lot of them. I think a dude that you guys used to have does it too. Ruben Diaz does. He still does. Portuguese and Spanish players, they roll their pants up to their upper thigh.
Oh yeah,
on corners a lot. They do it.
Dong out.
Do it. Yeah. Yeah, they do it a lot, okay? And I always notice Spanish, Portuguese, some Latin American players do it as well. Ben White is doing that. And I'm like, brother, you can't, you're white. It's in your name.
Stop. Yeah, stop doing that.
Come on, man. It's just an annoying guy, honestly.
I feel you. I'll give Arsenal a couple of flowers here. Declan Rice is really good.
Yeah, he's crazy. Except when he kicks people in the sack.
Yeah, which that penalty was so earned. I couldn't believe that guy walked away. I just remember seeing it. I was like, yo, that guy's not going to procreate.
Again, another example of I know we got it right eventually, and that's good. How do you not call that on the spot that's a penalty? It's insane.
I'm going to say something really wild and Mrs. Tucker, I know you're listening. I'm sorry. You know how they used to say you could kind of tell a bang bang play at first base because of the sound?
Yeah.
How do you not, you had to have heard it. You had to hear the foot connecting with, the gooch area. It doesn't sound like when you kick a ball. How did you not call that?
You had to hear some kind of thud. You had to hear no leather on plastic or leather or whatever.
Yeah.
And then you also had to have heard somebody go, "Oh!"
Yeah,
So, you had 3 signals that the ball was not hit and somebody was.
This is the thing, actually the sound of that, they should have recorded and have it studied, because that sound can't be replicated unless you're actually injured. And when people go down when they're not injured, referees should start being able to pick that up. It's that's not real. Get up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't
I'm
know.
just saying, in all purposes, I stand with Nottingham Forest.
In what?
These referees are fucking terrible. I don't care if it's.
Yeah.
I don't care if they're a Luton fan or not. They're all dog shit. They're all terrible.
They're bad. They're bad. All right. Premier League done and dusted. Michael, let's do our predictions quick, and then get the hell out of here. You're still in the lead. You went 7-3 last week. A big week for Michael. You're 9 correct predictions away from a 200-pointer, which isn't the highest. I think the highest was like our second season doing this. I got 204. So still got to shoot for that. You're 191 and 155. I'm in second. I went 4-6, 181 and 165. Nick in third. He went 5-5, 178 and 168. Dylan still on the quest for 500. He went 5-5, 170 and 176. We're going to start our predictions though. Match week 26. Chelsea's going to host Tottenham. Who you got in this?
I have Tottenham because I think they're remembering the last time where they got the shit kicked out of them. And Chelsea are playing pretty well right now. I just don't want to pick them. Honest to God, don't want to pick Chelsea. So,
good enough reason for me. I got Tottenham as well. I want to be nice to Tottenham for as long as I can because that is the game I have scheduled or circled that City can slip up. So I'm not going to say anything bad about Tottenham. All right. The actual match week 36 games, Luton, they're hosting Everton. Who you got in this?
That's a great question, John. I have Everton.
I got Luton. I told you, I'm willing them in. I'm willing them in to stay in the Premier League. So I'm picking them against Everton.
All right. You convinced me. I got Luton too.
Flip it. Arsenal hosting Bournemouth. I got the Gooners.
Arsenal as well.
I will say this, though. If Bournemouth get a draw or a win, Craig, I'll kiss you on the lips. Swear to God.
Craig, listen, this is what's going to happen. Craig, if you get a win in this game, or a draw even, are you good with a draw?
Yeah.
Okay. Win or draw, we're going to reach out to you, and I'm sure you're like, who the fuck are these kids? Because I'm actually positive you're not listening to our podcast, because like, who would? We're gonna send you something real nice.
Right. Hey, in the words of Cousin Eddie, real nice, Clark.
Real nice.
Brentford hosting Fulham. I got a draw.
Me too.
Yeah, I think Fulham, all they do is draw, and Brentford's goofy. Burnley's gonna host Newcastle.
I agree.
Burnley's gonna host Newcastle. I got Newcastle.
I also got Newcastle. Newcastle are not Manchester United.
They're not, indeed not. Sheffield United hosting Forest. Because I'm willing Luton into this, I got a draw.
I got Forest because Sheffield United are out.
Sheffield United are bad. It's a risky one.
Well, they're also just they can't make it. So like, what the fuck's the point?
Yeah. City against Wolves. Dylan, if you fuck me.
Actually, Dylan does have Arsenal to win it. That
Dylan,
would be crazy. I got you guys.
I got us as well, but Dylan, if you fuck me, I swear to God, it's pot's
up
over.
First.
Brighton hosting Villa. Who you
got? Villa, because Brighton are terrible right now.
Yeah, has anyone done a better job of not getting the next job than De Zerbi?
No, probably not. I mean,
this is bad.
Yeah, it's not good. They're just like, they don't look good either. It's like not even just the results, like they don't look good playing.
Yeah. Chelsea, again, they're gonna host West Ham. Who you got here?
Chelsea.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah. I don't know why, but I have Chelsea.
Your boys, Liverpool, they're gonna host Tottenham. Tottenham's second game in this week, Liverpool only game. You're also not the early kickoff. Positives.
Nuts on the table. I actually think this is more our speed of game that we play well. It's going to be more open. It's going to be more, it's going to lend itself to better chances more frequently. I got us. I think we win this game.
Yeah, I got Liverpool as well. And then Palace, the Monstars, like we mentioned, they're hosting United, and I am not crazy or nutty or man enough to pick Palace, even though I want to. I got United.
I have Palace.
Love you for it, bro. Had to be you. Little
Suck
bonus,
it, Nick.
little bonus here. Champions League games start tomorrow. You got PSG Dortmund. You got Real Madrid Bayern. What's going to happen?
Real Madrid PSG. It's going to be the Mbappe Bowl.
If you had to pick right now, who pulls it out?
Real Madrid. I think they're the best team in the world.
Really?
Sorry, they're the best. They're the best team in the world in that competition.
Yeah, I don't disagree with that.
Well,
I'm interested in the Kylian Mbappe redemption arc / the Kylian Mbappe. I'm going to win the Champions League and then leave.
I mean, if he wins the Champions League for PSG, they're not going to care.
Yeah.
I'm just curious though. Who do you think the best team in the world is?
Us.
You just lost to Real Madrid.
Yeah, but if away goals were still a thing, we wouldn't have.
But they're not.
We lost in a penalty. I know. I totally hear you.
That's like
But
Penn State saying like, yeah, like we finished in 7th, but like this year we would have made the playoffs.
Yeah,
because like it's 12
True.
teams.
Don't disagree. I think that's a worse argument than like when you lose at Pens. I don't think you can actually take anything from that. Like it's a coin flip. You lost at a coin flip.
Yeah, I agree. I just think it's you or Real Madrid. I just think Real Madrid, especially in this competition, like I said, you have to be so much better than them that you just beat them down like relentlessly until like the ref blows the whistle and then you're done.
It's also really hard. It's also really hard, and this is going to be the bias come out, and this bias is going to kick us in the balls because the English teams didn't make it that far in the European competitions, but like Madrid had to play 20 games this year against teams that would get relegated in the Premier League.
I'm starting to come a little bit around to we might not be as good as we think we are.
I don't know. I'm still guzzling the Kool-Aid. And by as two Americans, let's relax.
Well, yeah, but this is a Premier League podcast.
True.
I do think like the bottom of the leagues, the Premier League is better. Weirdly, because like the 3 teams that just came up are gonna probably go down. But like, I've unironically seen Burnley, Sheffield United, and Luton put in like very good performances this year. And I've watched, because I watch Lyon and Betis sometimes. I don't really watch a ton of like Bundesliga. I've seen like horrible teams in the French league, like really fucking bad.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but I don't think anyone's sitting there going like, because PSG made it, they're like the French league is better than the Prem. I think it was like a overall, all the Prem teams lost to all teams from like different leagues. Like we lost to Atalanta, West Ham lost to Leverkusen, you guys lost to Real Madrid, which is again not something to sneeze at all. And I actually think Arsenal lost to a very average Bayern Munich team.
Agreed. I think my point is there is no one in the Premier League. I don't want to say no one. Sheffield's pretty bad. There's not 19 of the teams in the Premier League are not as bad as Almeria, Granada, Cadiz, Celta Vigo, Mallorca, Rayo Vallecano, Las Palmas. Fucking Sevilla this year stinks. Deportivo Alaves. Like, I'm up to 12, and I think those teams all get relegated in the Premier League.
I would give you like 4 or 5.
That's still 4 or 5.
In which case, it's still. I'm not giving you 12. That's absurd.
I mean, I don't know. I think Serie A is the same. I'm looking at this and I'm like, Sassuolo's going to get relegated, it looks like. Udinese, Salernitana, Empoli, Frosinone, Hellas Verona, Cagliari, the team that I've been paying attention to, they kind of stink. Genoa. It's just interesting. There's just too much money in the Premier League for them not to be good, in my mind.
I think they absolutely should be better. I do think it is the like FA Cup, Carabao Cup, Premier League, European competitions, if you're in them, you're playing a fuckload of games.
We kill ourselves. Yeah, we kill ourselves.
Yeah.
All right, Michael. Pod done and dusted. You got a joke?
I got a yoke for you, bro.
Let's do this.
I'm sure Dylan already said this one. What is it called when a dinosaur gets a goal? A dino score. Cheers.
The NAFTAA Podcast.
Sometimes maybe good, sometimes maybe shit.